Greetings everyone, Spartan here, coach of the Victorville Bikini. Welcome to the LDL Majors Season 9 Team Builder for Week 4, going up against Gers, aka Bradean, if hopefully I pronounced his name right, and the Psychedelic Psyducks. Now, if you have not watched last week's battle against JD, you really should watch it. It was a very nail biter, but spoiler alerts, if you haven't watched it, I really would recommend watching it. But we won that game, so we finally won a game with the new team. Hopefully go into this week bringing in some new new members to go up against what Bradean has, and his is a rather weather-worthy of a team, having Garchomp, Excadrill, Zapdos, Heatran, Hippowdon, Blastoise, Crobat, Venomoth, Pangoro, Lurantis, and Pachirisu. So this is a rather sand supportive with Mega Blastoise. Just looking at his team, I could really see him bringing the sand. I could really see him bringing Heatran, Zapdos as well. Even Crobat is a nice bring as well, because I don't have a lot of mods that can outspeed it naturally. Pangoro can also be a good bring that he could also go for, but at the same time, it's questionable. Lurantis could be also a nice bring. The contrary, like a bulky contrary set could probably break through my team if I let it set up, but at the same time, I do have some checks for it. It's possible you could bring Venomoth and try to sweep me, but at the same time, you kind of can't, because I do have checks for it, and also stuff that prevent it from freely setting up. So I have that set in motion. Pachirisu is questionable. I don't think he'll be bringing it, because I think Zapdos is just a better mon to bring versus my team. So from the base of looking at it, I could definitely see him bringing Garchomp, probably Scarf, Excadrill, probably either Z or Life Orb, Sand Rush with Zapdos, maybe Heatran, either Heatran or Mega Blastoise, Hippowdon, and then the last one's a filler between. Wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it could be a possibility of bringing either Crobat, Pangoro, or Venomoth or Lurantis. So, but most likely it may be Crobat. So I have a lot to go for, but for this week I plan to bring a little bit of nice tech, some pretty good tech going up against his sand team, and that is with my own weather. So let's get down to the team builder. So first up I have is, coming off the bench, is Freed, the Frostless. This is a Aurora Veil set, Light Clay with Hail, Aurora Veil, Spikes, and Ice Beam. Max special attack. Gave it enough speed to outspeed, I think Mega Blastoise max speed. Pretty sure I did that. Pretty sure. Making sure. Yeah, alright. So, the basis of this is that I might lead this one off, might lead Frostless off first to gauge what he brings in. He either brings one of his rockers. It'll most likely be either Heatran or Hippowdon. And if he brings if he brings Heatran first, I have to switch out. I have some checks for it, but I do have to switch out. Let's see. But if he does bring Hippowdon, I click Hail. He'll probably go for Stealth Rocks. I click Aurora Veil. If he has Crunch, I tank that hit, hopefully get in the cursed body, activate it, and then I Ice Beam it to death. Either Ice Beam it to death or switch out. This way, with Aurora Veil, I can able to set up a little bit easier with a couple of my members on my team, which you'll be finding out later on who I'm bringing, who are the setters. But other than that, this is pretty much the way I wanted to go. Unfortunately, I didn't test this that well. I didn't test it at all, so this is actually going in full on blind. So I'm looking forward to that. You know, not gonna lie. But I hope this tech could really help me through this game. Next up on the list is Mew. I'm bringing a Fizz Death Mew, Rocky Helm, with Will-O-Wisp, Defog, Roots, and Earthquake. Will-O-Wisp is to just wither away a lot of his physical attackers: Garchomp, Excadrill, Paladon, Crobat, Pangoro, even Lurantis. And then Earthquake is to deal with the opposing Heatran. Unless it, for some reason, it brings Air Balloon Heatran, then we have a problem. Well, not really a problem, but I have a switch in for that, so not to worry about that. This is just a hazard remover. Mon, just the usual set for Mew. Next up is Ocean Man, the Manaphy. I'm bringing Warium Z with Rain Dance, Surf, Tail Glow, and Ice Beam. Warium Z is mainly for Rain Dance, but if I want to, I could go for Surf. With Z Rain Dance, I get a +1 in speed, so I get able to outspeed a lot of his mons and get rid of Sand for Rain. And I'll go for Tail Glow. Tail Glow plus Surf can pretty much either OHKO a lot of his team members or 2-bit KO his team. And then Ice Beam to hit mons like Zapdos and Crobat even harder. The only problem is I have to be careful bringing in this mon against Mega Blastoise, because Mega Blastoise is a threat. I do have a check for it. And that is Misei, the Shaman. I'm bringing basically a max speed, a rather bulky set with a little bit offensive with Sea Flare, Earth Power, HP Ice, and Leech Seed. Sea Flare and Leech Seed is pretty much to wither away the Mega Blastoise and the Crobat. Leech Seed is mainly to wither away the Mega Blastoise and Crobat. Sea Flare just hits very hard. Earth Power's recovery against Excadrill and Heatran. HP Ice is just in case if I need to predict a switch in of Crobat. Other than that, this is just a mon just to sponge some of the attacks, especially the ground attacks. Other than that, it's not meant for sweeping purposes. I mean, I could, but I didn't really see it that way. But other than that, this is probably my best answer for Mega Blastoise, to be honest. And then here comes the two powerhouses that are coming into this week with Veil up. One of them is the newest member. The new Mega that I have is Ripster, the Mega Garchomp. Shout out to those who know the reference of that name is. I'm running a rather mixed set, enough to survive some hits, especially in the physical defense side. Didn't need a lot of investment in attack because even if he has a Paladon on the field, I can able to take it out very easily with this mon. Hone Claws guarantees me to gain +1 in accuracy and attack, making me preventing myself from missing Stone Edge too much, and Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail is pretty much free because he has no fairy types on his team. So Dragon type moves are pretty much free. I was thinking about giving it like Outrage over Dragon Tail, or even Dragon Rush, but I think I prefer this. Prefer Dragon Tail just so I can able to phase out majority of his team, especially against some of his mons such as Lorantis, mons like Hippowdon and Excadrill. I mean, that's pretty much the basic of reason why I'm using Dragon Tail over anything else. I could easily go for Dragon Rush, to be honest, but it is what it is. But this is pretty much one of my wall breakers to break through his team. But my true win con is actually with my other Dragon type, and that is Najarala the Komo. I'm running Habanberry. Wait, this is supposed to be Overcoat. There we go. It's Overcoat with Dragon Dance, Outrage, Ice Punch, and Drain Punch. With this coverage, I am able to break through his entire team. The main purpose, the way of I can see myself doing this, is if I can Dragon Dance in front of Garchomp's face. If I could, if he brings in Garchomp, which is probably one of his best answers, I go for Dragon Dance. I go Dragon Dance again because I guarantee survive Outrage, Adamant, Max Attack Outrage, even through a crit, with a small chance of surviving. I mean, of not surviving. Even then, but even then with the Hobbound Berry, I still have the Aura Veil, so if that is up, that's a guaranteed 4-8 KO. Well, the first hit is a 4-8 KO because it does like about 25%, and then after that it's like 50%, and then after a +2, I take it out with either the Outrage or Ice Punch, and then I get able to Drain Punch through the rest of his team, able to Ice Punch through Zapdos and Crobat, able to click Drain Punch on Excadrill and Heatran and Pangoro, and then Outrage, it just hits everything else very hard. So pretty much Komo-O is my win con. I don't want to sack it. I want to keep this mon as healthy as possible. And if I could do that, I can easily sweep through his team. And the reason why I went Overcoat and over like Bulletproof or Soundproof is because for Bulletproof, the only mon that it pretty much walls is Mega Blastoise, but not through all the moves. The only move that it pretty much blocks is like Aura Sphere from Mega Blastoise. And Soundproof is the same thing about Mega Blastoise, like Water Pulse and whatnot. But I just see that Overcoat works best because I'm not getting chipped off by the weather, by either sand or hail. It's a safe switch into Venomoth if he tries to go for Sleep Powder. Fact. Thinking about it? Nah. No, never mind. I'm gonna stick with one plan. Because he could go for Sludge Bomb, but at the same time, I should be okay with that. But other than that, that is the team that I'm bringing in for week 4. Shoutouts to the front office for helping me out on this. Hopefully I can win this. And hopefully I could beat Bradean, you know? I don't know. Because last week was very lucky, to be honest. I wasn't expecting him to win, but I won nonetheless, so we take those. So hopefully, with this plan in mind, hopefully I could pull off a win. If not, then, well, it's just going to be very difficult, you know. But you know what? Thinking about it, there's going to be a trade. There's going to be one more final trade, and it's going to be a big one. So look forward to that for next week. So thank you very much for watching. Go ahead and click the like button if you want. The battle will be up later on. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.